So today, in the rain, I'm dealing with a massive boulder left in my side yard by Doofus Excavators, LLC. And every time I try to mow my side lawn here, uh, I hit this with my mower. So I got to get it out of here. And it's made all the more difficult because, over here, I've got like a big giant tree limb just sticking straight up and down. If it was horizontal, it'd be easy to get out, but it's just sticking. It couldn't be any more vertical than it is. So, more news at 6. Now, getting a big rock like this out of the ground might seem like an impossible task for one person, but it really isn't. All you really need is a few of the right tools, mainly some patience. And what I do is, before I start moving the rock with my steel bars, I make like a little landing area, like right down here. So as I work the rock a little bit of it at a time out of the hole, I got some place that's near grade to deposit it while I backfill the hole. So this is where I am. I just use my steel bar, a digging bar, got a couple of them, and a couple of 2x4s. These are 2x3s. And as I work it out of the hole, I just put them, the wood or whatever you got, rocks, anything, in behind it. And just be careful. I've already ended up on my rear end a couple of times because it's really wet out here. But more in a few minutes. Okay, so I've got some of the rock partway out of the hole, and it's heading towards my landing area here. And I just want to show you the technique I use. I got a digging bar in there. I'm going to put it, in a good spot behind the rock, and then I just lift a little bit at a time and push the 2x4s under there. And it's just a process of raising the rock a little bit, driving your you can use rocks, boards, anything, and before you know it, the rock is out of the hole. And then I'll show you how we move it. All right, so I have the rock moved out of the hole, and one of the first things you should do if you try this kind of a project is, after you get it out of the hole, you can see where I backfilled it right away, because there's nothing more frustrating than getting a big rock like that out of a hole in your yard and then losing it while you're trying to move it, and it rolls right back into the hole. So I backfilled it, and then I'm going to show you how I usually get these things on their way to where I want the final resting place to be. So depending upon the shape of the rock, sometimes you can roll them. This one has a lot of flat sides, so I'm probably not going to be able to roll it. So I'm going to try and get a strap around it and then pull it up across my boards here. And I've got a two-wheeler that I'll try to get it onto, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, so with just a few tools, we got that big rock out of the hole. I saved all the sod up there, so when I backfill the entire hole, I can put the grass back on the top. It's not a huge, humongous rock, but now my lawnmower isn't going to hit it anymore, and I'll be able to use the rock for some kind of a landscape detail in my yard. So I'm pretty happy about that. It's on the two-wheeler. Hopefully no one gets hurt moving it to its final location, but I'll be back in a minute. All right, so backfill the hole, and one thing important to do if you have a deep hole, I mean if it's more than 6 inches deep, you want to make sure you compact it, because if you don't compact it now when you're backfilling, like down the road, you're going to end up with, you know, like a sinkhole there. So I have this little simple little camper here, and as I go up, I just give it a couple of wraps. So we moved the rock that was only sticking up about 2 or 3 inches, but my riding mower kept getting hung up on it, and I was getting ready to do some damage because there's a pretty drastic slope here, as you can see. So we moved the rock on the two-wheeler over here, like, I don't know, just along the edge of my grass here. I haven't really decided how I'm going to orient that yet, or, you know, like what it's going to be. But like I said in another video, I like rocks. I like, you know, a lot of natural stuff in my yard. So we might build another one of these cairns like this, or we might plant some flowers around it or change it. I got a nice flat one down here. See that one? That's a beauty right there. So I know everybody doesn't have, like, you know, all these tools that I have, but I'm a neighbor of yours, so if you ever need anything like this, just let me know. You know, you can borrow anything I have. So talk to you later.